Hey Tom. This can go. Hi. Welcome to the next live stream. Today we are building stuff. We are working on this old Casio SK-1, a vintage sampling keyboard from, don't ask me when this was released. I found it at a flea market for 10 or 15 bucks. But yeah, it's really nasty and my fingers smell weird when I touch it. I believe it was a smoking household. So yeah, today I will take this apart, clean it and do some little mods. At least that's the plan. We will see how far I can get. So I have the little to-do list. I think you can see it. Yeah. So let's start right away with disassembling the unit. And yeah, I apologize, the stream started a little late because I needed to fill my water bucket to clean it. I forgot it. So yeah. I need a thing for my screws. Okay. Yeah, this will be just me working and talking a little. I have my chat open, so if you want to write something, I can read it and reply. And yeah, we'll see how far I get today, because I have no idea how much time this will all take. Just let me know if you have any questions, feedback, or whatever. So, this is the to clean bucket. Oh, maybe I should remove the batteries first. I've 3D printed a new battery door flap, whatever, by the way. And it's working very well. It didn't break yet. So, okay, let's remove all the batteries. Okay, let's start by removing all the screws. And I sincerely hope this one is a little easier to get into than the last keyboard I tried to work on, because that was a nightmare. Okay, by the way, we can... So now you can see me a little bit better. Can you see some of the screws are standing because of the magnets? The magnet, there's just one, a big one. Oh, and I didn't really tell you why I'm opening it up now. First, I need to clean it, and I think it's best to just take the whole bunch of plastic parts and wash them with water and soap. I think that's the fastest and easiest way to get all the dirt off. But also, there is one broken key. I believe it's... Oh, this one looks wonky as well, but this is loose and broken. And I will try to fix it. I have no idea if I can. I didn't order a replacement or print something. I'll just figure it out on the spot. If I can't make it work, I'll just leave it. And then I want to add a little filter mod, because again, this is a sampling keyboard, but it has a high pass, low pass filter on it to remove the aliasing from the sounds. And you can bypass it. It's just adding a simple switch and a resistor. And I want to drill in a hole into here and just add the switch. And also we have 2026, and this needs a wonky 7.5 volts DC power supply, which I don't have. So I will add a new jack, which can take anywhere from 12 to 20 volts, and also USB-C power delivery. I have all of the parts ready, like the new jack, the power converter, which takes just whatever you plug into down to 7.5 volts, some Wago clamps for cable management, the teeny tiny USB-C power delivery thingy, and a 3D printed shell for that. And I made a very high quality little schematic for the filter mod. So I've removed all of the screws, all of the things I could take off here. So wait, let me get the little bit of dust out here before it gets, oh no, okay. Yeah, just on the floor. Come on. These tweezers are broken. Let's try the big ones. Better. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So there is a wire for the batteries, and there's a lot of dust and dirt in here. Wow. It looks a little bit disgusting. But can I remove the wires without breaking something? I'll try. Give me some tweezers. Well, pliers. Big tweezers, very big tweezers. It's glued in there. It doesn't want to come out. Wonderful. Okay, already time for the soldering iron. I didn't think we would get here that fast. So I'll just quickly take a picture so I know where the wires need to go. And now we wait for the soldering iron to heat up. And then we can continue. Okay, these felt, well, let's move it up a little so you can see. This felt stuff might be a problem because it will get wet, and I'm not sure what will happen. Will the glue dissolve? Will it just stay there and smell like a wet dog? But yeah. Okay, soldering iron is ready. Let's remove those. Okay, let's do this one first, because I still need to remove it. Or do I? This is cardboard? I think it's a metal plate, but with cardboard glued to it. That will be fun when it gets wet. But I think I'll just throw it in the bin as is and worry about that later. Okay, let's continue here. I'll just take out all the screws and we'll remove the PCB. These are different screws, so let's make two piles. A pile in the front for the shell screws. You need to pay attention, by the way. If I forget what goes where, you need to tell me. Okay, I see some more wires over here. Not sure what those are for. Two more over here. And this beaker needs to come out as well. And again, different screws. And I'm very happy to see that we have a lot of empty space in here, because this is where I'm intending to place the USB-C jack, the DC input jack, and the voltage regulator. And it looks like that will fit very easily. Okay, I think I want to remove this speaker as well. Oh, I turned the soldering iron off. Great. Okay. This doesn't want to come out yet. This end is loose. I'll wait for the speaker. Okay, another quick picture. And another one from these wires. I just desolder them all, so I don't need to turn the iron off and on again. Okay. And the last two over here. So I think we have all the wires. Okay. Now the speaker can come out. Nice. Looks good, smells good. Something came out of it. I think it's just a little bit of glue or sand. Okay, so the speaker is fine. It goes in a box. Now, what's holding this down? Oops. Okay. There are more wires connecting the key bed. Let's not remove those, and let's not break those. I'll use my little PCB holder to hold the PCB. And now we have a ton of screws again. This is the keyboard, and the bottom half for you are all the buttons. Okay, so are these the same? Yes, awesome. Modern electronics have like 10 or 15 different kinds of screws. Sometimes only just 1.5 millimeters difference in length, so you be very careful. But on here, we basically have the case screws, the speaker screws, and the inside screws. So that's fairly easy to remember. This again is wrapped in this shiny sided cardboard. Interesting. Okay, out comes the keyboard. It's just a little bit of these little, what are they called? Like you find those in the Game Boy as well. It's just little graphite pins and contacts. So this needs a clean. I don't want to put it in the water, so I'll just clean it with some alcohol later. Great. Maybe I should photograph these ones and remove the next one. Same screws? Yep. But again, a lot of screws, so all the buttons stay in place. Okay, almost done. Ah, okay, this other set of wires is for the microphone. Because this is a sampling keyboard, it has a built-in microphone you can just speak, sing, talk, whatever into. But I don't know why these wires all have this, whatever that is, because it's disintegrating pretty much. Okay, that's all for this side. Yeah, it's the stuff from the wires is coming off and flying everywhere, like little dust particles. Okay, and we can remove the button set. Ew. I don't know if you can see, but there's a bunch of little spider webs on here. Can you see this white goo? Let's get rid of that right away. I wonder if we actually find a spider in here. Okay. So now I need to be a little bit careful. Get another bin for all this rubber stuff. And let's take another photo because the buttons have all different colors and I want to put them back where they belong. Okay, and then we have this one, little piece of plastic, and oh, okay. These switches have very tiny spring-loaded balls in them, so they go in another little box, so I don't lose those. And are these identical? No, but I think they are on my photo. One has just one wiper and the other one has two. Let's check. Yep, okay. Nice, and now with the tweezers again, let's take out all the buttons. They have a little notch on one side, but I don't think it matters where it actually is because these are mixed. These are a different color, or were they supposed to be the same? I don't know. Okay, let's get the PCB out of the... Look at the microphone. It's just covered in this tape, foam tape, whatever. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this over here. Okay, I see some more screws from the other side. Yeah, I've read a little bit about this, so I think I can just take this off. I think it's spring loaded. Yeah. And one more. And it should come right out. Come on. Ooh, sorry. Okay, nice. And I think we got it out without any damage. Cool. So, just a few more screws, and then the keys are free. And we can see if I can fix this one or not. Oh, and let's check. Oh no, these are different screws. So we have the keyboard screws, which are just way longer, so easy to tell the difference. Okay, let's put them over here. And I think I can just lift this off. Ah, okay, I see. So the black keys are attached to this plastic bar. There's a lot of gunk. Yeah, this one key is already a little bit bent to one side. Yeah, I think this one will break next. And we generally need to be very careful because this is like 0.5 millimeter of material. And this one key is just broken off entirely. Yeah, this will be an interesting fix. How much room do we have? Because I think this will need some reinforcement. Let me get this one again. This is the E flat. Maybe I'll need to carve out a little bit of this plastic piece. And then I can add some epoxy to the top of the key, because yeah, this might be a hard one. I'm not sure if this will work. In the worst case, I'll just use some thick but flexible tape and it will just rattle. Okay. And now the white keys. These are very disgusting. They have some little pea stain color, almost like a neon yellow up here. I'm not sure what that's about, and I don't want to know. But this looks good, except for some really bleh stuff. Wait, can I? Yeah, I think you can see it better if I do this. No, thank you. Okay. And then there's the little felt strip down here. And let me guess, this is glued in. Yeah, of course. So all of this felt stuff will just stay on, and I hope it survives the water. And speaking of water, I think it's about time that we give this bad boy a bath. Okay, let me switch to the water basin camera and let's see if the face cam can keep up. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's useful. Let me grab the iPad so I can follow the chat. Yeah, I'm sitting right behind the camera. So let's just turn the face cam off for now. So yeah, it's time to give all of this a bath. I should grab some toilet paper for the bad stuff. Like the gunk on the bottom of the keys. Probably just some food crumbs or whatever. Okay, then let's just drench it all. I think I'll do the bottom shell last, so I can focus on these parts first. Okay, I think I want to just add a little bit of cleaning. Should I? Just a little bit more. We're cooking a keyboard soup today. Okay. Yep, and then I'll just take my sponge and try to get as much of the dirt off as I can. Okay. How are we looking? Well, we're getting somewhere. I have an old toothbrush, and I'll just use it to get into these really hard to reach places, just to scrub all the dust and dirt out of it. Plus it smells nice, so if I can't get it back together, at least I'll have a decently smelling keyboard that doesn't work. Give some little extra love to these felt bits over here because they were exceptionally nasty. And since I couldn't take them out, I'll just wash them. And the speaker grills as well. Also, let me know if I'm breathing in the microphone. And maybe I should add some background music for the stream next time, because otherwise you will just get awkward silence and scrubbing noises, but I guess it's up to you whether you enjoy that or not. Okay, I think this is good enough for the top shell. I'll try to get as much water off as I can, because we need to put this back together in like 1.5 or 2 hours. So let's hope it dries quickly. I'll put it on the towel. Maybe I should give it a little wipe to assist it. And let's check. It smells like cleaner and old cigarettes, so partly successful. I think this is working. And then the last bit of moisture can just evaporate in the next 1 or 2 hours. And I also have a hairdryer ready just in case. Okay. Next up, the white keys. And I need to be a little bit careful because I don't want to break them. And also I'll use the softer side of the sponge so I don't scratch them up. Okay, and the last few. There's not a lot of dirt on the back. I'll just go over these quickly. And one last wipe on the top. And I think those weird neon yellow stains, yeah, they don't really go away fully, but it's better. Okay. A quick dry. Yeah, the air has to do the rest. The little guide rail with the note names. Yeah, this one was fairly easy. And now the black keys. I'll just go over them very carefully, very gently. Yeah, this will have to do. They are very fragile. Okay, I'll just put over here. Wait, there's a bunch of hairs. They are probably from the bin. Okay, what do I want to do first? All the buttons or the bottom? Let's get the bottom over with and see what survives. Okay, and I think I can just throw the buttons in as well. Give them a little bath. Whee! I almost forgot I have the broken key in there and got a little scared and thought I broke another one. Well, now that they are floating on top, I think I can start with those. And they'll just get a little scrub with an old toothbrush. And then they go on the towel to dry. Ah, come on. Yeah, this is probably the most boring part of the stream, because I'll be doing this for the next 5 minutes. So if you don't have already, grab yourself a drink, a tea, snack, coffee, if you're into that late. Oh, I don't know where you're watching from. Yeah, but just, this will be boring for a little bit. But trust me, the most interesting part will start once we're done with the keys and the shell, because then we will get into some soldering and very hacky wiring jobs. How many damn keys are there? I've done something like this before with a old Yamaha Porter Sound 470, I believe. 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I forgot how annoying this is, because I had to clean all of the keys manually there too. But in the end it was worth it, because it makes a keyboard a lot more fun to play if you don't feel like washing your hands after touching the keys every single time. I think we might have some troubles with the little holes at the bottom here, because those tend to keep water in them for a long time, and I'm not sure a hairdryer will get that out. And we don't want just little bits of water in the keyboard while we play it or while it's powered on, because water and electronics doesn't mix so well. Almost there. Just the last few keys. I think I'm missing a slider cap somewhere. I think there are 3, and I've only... Ah, there it is, okay. Okay, 5 more to go. And the last 2, and then we can get to the bottom shell. And can anyone tell me why they decided to... Oh, there's the black key. Why they decided to use this weird cardboard stuff for, I guess it's RF insulation, instead of just tinfoil or actual metal sheets. I think in the Yamaha keyboards they used actual metal plates. Does this actually do anything? Okay. So, yeah, there's definitely some rust spots in the battery thingy compartment. Yeah, now the water's getting nasty. It was very good that I kept this for last. Okay. Let's give the bottom a little scrub. And then we are done here. Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, look, look at this. Yeah, flea market keyboards. That's flea market keyboards for you. Just take them apart, disinfect them, and then you can have some fun. But again, this was like 10 euros, 15 maybe. So I think it's worth it. At least it's a fun stream, fun little tinkering session, and hopefully a working and not smelly keyboard in the end. Well, great timing, because my foot is starting to fall asleep. Let's get... I managed to spread water everywhere on the floor. Let me just wipe that up. And we can get back to the desk. Boop and boop. Oh. Whoop. Hi. Okay. All right. Let me quickly grab the vacuum cleaner, because this desk is filthy. Okay, I'll mute myself because this will be loud. Nice. I should be back. Yeah. Let's get some stuff out of the way. What's that? Okay, next up, it's time to clean the PCBs. Let me grab the toilet paper. And the brush. And some isopropyl alcohol. Oh, if I can get the canister out. Yep. Cheers. Oops, that was a little bit too powerful. I think that's enough. Okay. And now I will take some Q-tips. I forgot Q-tips. Okay, let me build a new little sign because it's time for our first little break. So yeah, I'll grab something to drink and Q-tips. See you in a bit. Hello! And we are back. Let's check our to-do list first. I have disassembled the unit. I have cleaned the shell. I'll need to fix the key later and see if that's even possible. And before we get on with the filter mod, I want to clean the PCBs. I have brought some Q-tips. And I have also repositioned the water bath camera so you can see if I'm doing any close-up detail work a little better. So yeah, I'll continue by quickly wiping every single one of these with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol. Yeah, this looks a bit nasty, but that's just mostly graphite powder. Hello. So it looks dirty, but it actually isn't. But it's just good practice to keep these clean. Otherwise you may get a key that's not working properly. And this, you can see how quickly this evaporates, so this is not a problem for electronics. It's actually, I think, the best cleaner for stuff like this. Okay. This part, this side needs a lot of love. Ugh, yeah, now it's getting dirty. There's some weird goo coming off of this. These are the little slide switches for power on, off, sampling, and volume? No, I forgot. So these parts have the highest chance of debris and dust and dirt entering. So it makes sense that these are the most nasty. There's even some soldering flux left up on the LED. Yeah, I think this is as good as it gets. Let's get the rest of the dust I can see. The potentiometer slot. And just a little dust thing on the back side. Oh. Let's get the... yeah, I should be careful doing this on the side with all the solder connections, because this will tear my toilet paper to shreds. Okay. And same procedure as on the other side. Okay. And let's just dust off the rest. The back looks okay. This is... Can I dissolve this coating around the wire by drowning it in alcohol, maybe? Because it is some sort of tape. But it's really falling apart. Let me get the little sprayer. And let's take another piece of paper. Let's see if this gets dissolved by alcohol. No, not really. What does it? Nah. It's sticky now. What do we do? Maybe I'll just... okay, I can take the microphone out because it's just messing everything I've just cleaned up again. So we need to fix this first. It's time for the vacuum again. Yeah, I think that did the trick. I think this is as good as it gets. It's still sticky, but it's not crumbling and disintegrating anymore because there's pretty much nothing left. Okay, this can go in the all good bin together with the battery door. Yeah, let's just keep working on these then. I think I'll just throw them in the alcohol. Give them a little swirl. Some more paper. And is this enough, or do I need to wipe them? Yeah, they also need the Q-tip treatment. I think I could have just thrown these in the water bucket as well, but yeah, now I'll just do it this way. Also giving all the little contact plates a quick rub, just to make sure there's no dirt or corrosion on them. And put them to the side so the alcohol can evaporate. It's like making a very weird soup. I'm very good at making analogies. Come on. Come on. Okay. So. How are you guys doing? Is there anyone in the chat? Say hello. I don't bite. Is this how you do live stream interactions? I don't know. I usually just make music and watch the chat. But just sitting around and talking to myself is a little bit awkward. This gray stuff, hello by the way. These are little rubber plates. Let me get closer to the camera. Little rubber plates with graphite pads in the middle. These are just for your contacts in pretty much all old keyboards like this, or Game Boys. They connect these little graphite pads together if you push on them. And if you have an old Game Boy, Classic, Advance SP, DS even, that has a key that's not really working, one of the directional pads, A or B, it's probably because these are dirty. So old Game Boys are very easy to repair because you just unscrew them, take some rubbing alcohol and clean off these pads. Maybe also the cartridge contacts, and boom, your Game Boy is good and working again. And these smaller bits are from the top keys, the sound select keys, and this long strip is for the keypad. And let's see how I can clean that up, because I'm not sure. Well, I can just curl it up, it should fit. So, almost done here. Yeah, I got a little sidetracked again. I was planning to clean the PCBs, and now we are here cleaning the buttons. But well, it needs to be cleaned. Everything needs to be cleaned, so the order doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, I can just swirl it around. And I will roll this up and then throw it in there as well. It should fit perfectly. And now I'm messing it all up again. Looks like a squid. The tentacles of a squid. It's somewhat satisfying and a little disgusting. Okay. Yeah, this is like, feels weird. Okay. I'll get another piece of toilet paper. Thank you. And also, if you've missed part of the stream or you don't have the time to watch it all, because it will take a few hours, all of this will also become a video. I'm recording all the cameras, so in a few weeks, months, maybe, I'm not sure yet, this will also become a full video, especially if I don't manage to finish this today. But yeah, I think I also love watching restoration content. Consoles, Game Boys. I used to watch videos. Well, what was that? I think just people restoring old metal stuff, like very rusty old kitchen tools or hand drills or something. I used to watch hours of that stuff a few years ago. And now I'm making that content, so quite the upgrade, I guess. Nice. Okay, now I just need to finish the last bit. I should get my trash can. Okay, so home stretch pretty much. Funny enough, the keyboard bit is the least dirty piece. Well, probably because it's below a couple of layers of plastic, and the keys itself were pretty disgusting. I don't know if they actually used it, but I guess it's just, well, it's for the clicks pretty much. So I guess they found some old kitchen tools like a meat grinder on a scrapyard or something, cleaned it up for the views, for the clicks, for the video. I don't think anyone ever used those tools again. So it's, yeah. Unlike what I'm doing here, because I actually want to use this keyboard. Again, this is my third old keyboard I'm restoring. And this is by far the most interesting one. The first was just an old Yamaha one. I think it's a 2-operator or 4-operator FM synth. It was okay. It was fun, but I never used it, so I sold it. The second one was an old Porter Sound PS2, I think. And I thought I cleaned it and restored it well, but now it's humming very loud on the output. So I'm selling that one as well, because it was a very big pain to get into. Because it's like 2 layers of PCBs that are weirdly screwed and interlocked. So I don't really want to open that one up again. But this one is different, I think, because now with USB-C it will be a lot more usable and portable. And the sampling stuff is actually quite fun. Maybe I should have shown you what it does before I took it apart, but, well, here we are. Okay, these will just gas off and let the rest of the alcohol will evaporate. And back to the PCBs. We are almost ready to solder. I think I just wanna check this main board if there's anything that needs work. But I think yeah, the back is a little dirty. Let's see if there's this flux I can get off, or if it's just some, yeah, I can take it off, so I guess I have to. It's just old soldering flux, and it's best practice to remove it so it just doesn't corrode after a few years. Well, it hasn't corroded, and this is a few years old, but let's do it anyways. Yeah, very, very tasty looking stuff. Looks like it came straight out of my ear. Don't do that, it's bad for your ears. Ugh, why? Ah, now it's all sticky. Wonderful. Ugh. Is this... Okay, it wasn't sticky before, but it's super sticky now. I guess I'll just leave it then, because that is awful. Okay, well, I guess it's actually soldering and tinkering time now. The most interesting part. Okay. Question is, do I solder on... Maybe I'll solder on the speaker so I can test it. And I'll need to finish the power mod so I can power it, because I don't have a 7.5 volts DC adapter. I'm thinking about the order of operations because let me test something. Can I fit Wago clamps on this? I'm not sure if these have a minimum diameter or something. Yeah, I think it's all through-hole stuff. Some of the little newer keyboards have like a main processor or some random SMD resistors. Yeah, the processor is surface mount. But all the rest is through-hole. I'm not sure what these are. Probably the storage chips. You can look up the service manual for the SK-1 if you are curious what all this is. But yeah, it's very, very serviceable. That's super cool about these old keyboards, because I actually checked, because I need to cut off one resistor and I wanted to resolder it somewhere else. And you can just download the service manual and read up every single component. I can tell you what this resistor value here is, or what kind of transistor that is, or everything. It's very, very good and very awesome for repairs. I wish companies would still do that. Even if it's surface mount, it should be illegal not to, because some of the surface mount components are so tiny that you can't tell what it is. And if it's broken, like cracked, missing, or burned, you can't measure. So you have to guess what it used to be. I've done some SMD repairs on Eurorack modules, and the results are mixed, because some parts are easy to figure out and others not so. Okay, one thing I want to do before I start soldering is, where is my contact cleaner? Because this potentiometer looks very dirty. Okay, I have 2 of these and I never know which one is for what. We have an electromechanic cleaner and a contact cleaner, contact spray. So this is for switches, relays, and contacts, and this is for switches, or you can't see. And this one is for switches, contacts, and relays. Resistors, potentiometers. Hello? Which one is for potentiometers? Okay. This is good to clean off old lubricant or something. Potentiometers and transistor tuners. So this one it is. Yeah, I bought them both because someone on the forum said you need those. And every time I want to use one, I'm like, but which one? Okay. So let's first take off another alcohol Q-tip and wipe off all the dust. It's the metal casing of the potentiometer is a little bit corroded, and I think it was also crackling a bit when you change the volume, but this one should fix it. Yeah, they are both for mechanical contacts and switches, but this one says potentiometers, so I think I always use this. Come on, inside. And now just wiggle. Yeah, it doesn't feel very nice. It feels a little worn. And you could feel the dust in there. If it gets too bad, I can just replace the potentiometer. but I'd rather not, because trying to match this exact part with the long arm is pretty annoying. Okay, so off goes the contact spray. Do these expire? I don't think so. I'm wondering how long this has been sitting. I think it's 5 years old. And it's there's maybe this much I've used since I had it, because you just need a very tiny amount. Okay, but let's make a game plan now. Let's break out my little schematic. Is it overexposed, or can you see what's going on? So, because I have a photo actually, because I didn't come up with this. This guy did. And yeah, okay, it's next to the volume slider, so I think this is upside down. Yeah. Okay, we have the chip right here. Let me crank up the brightness a little bit. Yeah. And the mission is to connect a resistor here. Where's my switch? So the hack just describes that you replace this resistor down here. This is R41, and you cut it right here, and you replace it with a 1K resistor over here. 41 is actually 15K, because I read the service manual. So what I wanted to verify, before I start cutting anything, because I don't want to have the filter mod active at all times, because I actually like the original sound. With the mod, it's quite harsh and noisy. So I want to add a switch so I can switch between the two. So what I want to check now is whether this contact, where the resistor is just floating, and the left side of R24, if these two things have continuity. Because that would make my life a lot easier. So I want to check continuity between the left side of R41. Where is R41? I can't see the labels, but it's next to. Wait. It has to be those, doesn't it? I can't tell. Because this one right here says 46, 664, but mine says 47. Okay, I'll measure anyway. It's these two. This one right here and this one. And there is no continuity between those two. That makes it a little more interesting, because I thought I could just, because if you think about it, when you cut this pin, the resistor is just floating. So I was thinking that maybe these two are connected, so you're basically replacing this resistor with this one. But that's apparently not what's happening here. So my solution I planned won't work. What do we do? I could do a lot more, I could do a lot more complicated of a solution by changing the switch to a dual pole switch. But I don't want to do that because I want to plan stuff like this. So I guess we will just ditch the filter mod, because I'm not really sure what's going on here, and I don't want to mess this up. Are those really not connected? This one and these right here. No, they're not. Okay, so then the schematic of this little filter mod is a little bit more complicated than I thought. And yeah, we are not doing that today. Okay, good. That makes it a little easier, because now my main to-do is doing the power mod. So I will give me a minute to sort out all the stuff I don't need. Well, it's just this. I need all the rest. So I will walk you through what is next. Come on. So I've printed this USB-C power delivery board holder, and I have this little cutie of a PCB. Camera 3. This little tiny thing. And this can do 20, 15, 12, 9 and 5 volts. I want to go with 15 because 12 volts is not, I think, in the official power delivery standard, so not every power bank will be able to provide 12, and 15 is safe bet pretty much. So I need to bridge a contact. For 15 volts it is 3. So it's very, very tiny. So do you see these little silver pins down here? Can I zoom in even further? Yes. So this little row of pads down here. The rightmost set is labeled 3, and I need to bridge those. And then if I plug this to a regular USB-C cable, power supply, power bank, whatever, 15 volts should come out of these 2 pins on the ends here. So then, again, I printed this one. I don't think this is meant for this board, but let me just check which way around it goes. And I need something to poke it. Like this. Isn't this beautiful? Because it fits perfectly. But if I try to plug in the cable now, because there's nothing holding it in place, and as you can maybe see, if I add some more light for you. Oh, that's very helpful color. Okay, if you can. Yeah, there's nothing holding the PCB in place. But luckily, I have a very good friend which will hold anything in place, and that is hot glue. So yeah, I will just solder on some wires, bridge the little contact gap so we get 15 volts, test if we actually get 15 volts. And then I will just stuff it in and add a lot of hot glue so it it should stay in there then. And after that, we need to take the top shell of the keyboard and drill 2 holes. One for the USB-C adapter and one for the regular barrel jack, because I want to desolder the one that's on the PCB so you don't accidentally put something in there. But then, before we continue soldering anything to the power circuitry itself, both of these need to go on the outside of the case because they will be screwed and tightened from the inside. And only then I can solder. Okay, so let's put the focus back where it belongs. Somewhere about here should be fine. And let's start with the USB-C trigger board. No, actually, let's start by desoldering the old jack. Power jack, barrel jack, whatever. I need a bunch of my soldering utensils. Solder. Desoldering flux wick. Solder wick is it? Yeah. And my little PCB holder. It's magnetic and it caught all my pliers. Okay. Potentiometer still feels good. Whew, that's a lot of solder to get rid of. Just prop up the PCB because it sags a little. Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay. Let's get you a nice close-up. I think it's too bright. And the focus should be right on those pins. Yeah. Because now I need to desolder these 3 pins. Oh, wait. There is some switching logic going in there probably that disconnects the batteries when we... Maybe I need to do a little bit of janky wiring hack because the batteries might not work after this, but I'm not intending to use this keyboard with batteries that much anyways, so I'll just go ahead. Yeah, I'll just drench it in solder. Solder. Some English words are very hard. Maybe this is enough and I can just... Yep. Whoop. And here we go. Let's do a little cleanup. And this solder wick stuff is magic. Let's check if you can see it. So there's a lot of gunk on here now and I can just put it on here, heat it up. And as you can see, it just gets sucked up. It amazes me a little every single time I do this. Okay. Okay, so just to verify, I think these 2 pins are where the batteries were connected. So yeah, this one is the ground pin and this is the battery input pin. So by removing the jack, the battery connector now goes nowhere. But that should actually be an easy fix. But do I want the batteries connected all the time? Or not at all? I think I'll just leave it disconnected because this is the back of the PCB. I can just open it up, solder a little wire over these 2 pads and I'm good. Okay. So Next up, just a little sanity check for ground and voltage DC in. This should be ground, so this should beep. Yep. And this is battery in and this is power in. This should not beep. And this isn't going anywhere. I think it's going over here. No. Yeah, but anyways, this is where we need to connect our new power supply, and this is ground. That's all we need to know. Now we can start soldering up all the stuff we need for the power supply. Is this still hot? No. I've burned myself on these so many times. Okay. I will just keep this, even though I don't need it anymore, but I don't throw away electronic parts if they're not broken. Okay, let's grab some wire. Let's put away these. And let's check if I have a heat shrink tube that's big enough for the voltage regulator. Because I've 3D printed a little screw-on base, I would just glue somewhere in there, but I think just heat shrink is the easiest. But no, yeah, that won't fit. Because I need to insulate that somehow. Or do I? I think I can just use some double-sided tape and glue it in there. Yeah, let's go the jank route. Okay, next up I need some... What is going on here? Next up we need some wire. Someone cut this in a very weird way. I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, I'll keep it. Okay, how long do we need our wires? It's not super long. I checked earlier when I was working on the top. So I'll just do it the same, a little bit longer. Okay, let's get the wire stripper. Okay. Let's do the little twisty twist. Okay, and well, let's just do both sides at once. Okay. Now I will just drench all of the contacts with solder. Cool. Nice. I will just leave on the little gloopy bits on this side because this will go in the connector later, and on this end I'll just trim them a bit shorter because this is what goes to the USB board. I think I wanna... Do I have enough wiggle room to put them through? Absolutely not. Okay, but next let's do the little solder bridge on here. let me get you very close. Whoop. And even closer. And then let's move this one up. Let's make it so it's not so shiny. And then focus. Yeah. Okay. This is always super tricky. I just did it once and it wasn't very fun. So I will shut up and you can watch me struggle. Let's first clean. It fell on my desk. Let's clean the tip of the iron for now. Okay. Doesn't want to go on there. You're supposed to make a little blob of solder, but it just never works really. Come on. Come on, more. Just doesn't want to stick to it. Okay, let's try again. I think I got it. Let's just test right away. So, did I put it in the right place? Yeah. So, left side is negative. So, if this went well, I should be seeing 15 volts. Let me get the USB-C cable to plug in here. And let's test. And we have, nice, 15 volts. Perfect. Great. That's a relief because this is probably the part I was scared about the most because it really didn't want to work the last time I tried it. Let's unplug. Okay, I can put it back in here. Because next up is connecting the two power wires. And this should be easy now that the hard part is done. A bit of solder in here. And then just maybe not, can you see? Yes. Come. That is ground. And this one is the output. Yeah. Let's do another quick test because once it's all glued in, I need to start from the beginning, basically. So we should have 15 volts right here. Nice. So off with the USB-C. And let's get the hot glue gun. I don't have a lot of hot glue in here left, but should be enough. Okay, let's do a quick update on our to-do list, by the way. Filter mod is cancelled. And yeah, USB-C is work in progress. So Let's get it some power. And I will need some drop protection. I'll just use a little post-it, put it on here. Soldering iron can stay on. So we now need to wait a little for the hot glue gun to heat up. And in the meantime, I will stuff this in here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. So this way around. Yeah. Hey! Thanks for tuning in. Okay, we have a little bit too much solder on the bottom. How do I get that off without removing the wires? Or I think I can just, yeah, I can just force it in. Stream's going good. I'm actually a little bit further ahead than I thought because I basically ditched one of our to-do list points. The filter mod stuff, the schematics weren't what I thought they would be. And because I don't want to mess that up, I will just try at another date. So, and now I'm working on the USB-C input. This is looking a little wonky. Yeah, but it's a little not straight. I can't even tell. Let's plug in the USB-C cable. Ah, that's fine. Okay, so let's wait for the hot glue gun to heat up, and then we can just fill the back of this with hot glue and yeah. No, I don't think I will. I got around to the quick switching of the scenes by now. The first time I was recording a video, not even a live stream. It's not out yet. It should come out in 2 or 3 weeks. It's a little synth teardown. And that was messy. But I've got a lot more used to just talking in English in general now, so it's a lot easier. So let's check. This is, we need a, 20mm hole should be fine. This can do 20, great. I'll just use this all the way through. And we have a correctly sized hole. Whoops, and come back. So, already preparing for the next steps ahead, because this hot glue gun is probably as old as I am, and it's taking quite a while to turn on. But I think we are getting somewhere. Let's just check if this is how I want it to be. Yep. And then let's put it in here. And I'll just fill it up with hot glue in 1 or 2 minutes when the glue gun is done. Not quite. I'm turning 30 this year. I am old. Okay, now the question is for the connecting stuff up later, I can either use these Wago clamps, camera switch, these little Wago quick release connectors, so I can easily just take everything apart again, or I could use my little custom busboard PCBs. This is basically just four rows of 3 pins to wire up voltages. 30, Tom. I think I'll try the Wagos first, and if it doesn't work, maybe because these wires are quite thin and Wagos are meant for larger diameters, and then I can still switch. So the plan is to take these two and wire them up with the Wago clamp. So I can either use just a regular DC power supply or USB-C power delivery. These then go into the input side of this voltage regulator. And I will tune this using this little potentiometer to output 7.5 volts. And I connect these two to the pads where we removed the old barrel jack. So pretty straightforward, actually. Let's just do a little cleanup of these little solder blobs, because they hurt if you step on them. And they always end up on the floor. If you have ever soldered something, you'll know. Okay, I think the hot glue gun is ready, so let's just whoop and some more over there. And let's get a toothpick and just do a little stuffing to make sure there are no bubbles or gaps, and just to make it a little bit tidier. Tidier, he said. This is what I hate about hot glue. These little strands of gloopiness. Okay, but let's check. Ah, come on. The pot is still sitting where I want it to be. It's all filled up with hot glue. I think I'll just add a little more for good measure. And yeah, I think I can turn the glue gun off again, because that is done. And now we wait for that to cool down. Let me grab the top shell and check if they are dry or not. No. There is still, well, it's, oh yeah, the back is still quite wet. Okay. So I think I will already prepare the voltage regulator. And I think I need to whip out the hairdryer then, because we are actually quite close to putting this thing back together. And that is what I was fearing, that the stuff dries not quickly enough. But yeah, that's what hairdryers are for. And I'm wondering, do I need to clean these little keycaps as well? I think I'll just do... Yes, I absolutely do need to clean them. Where are my Q-tips? Okay. Let's just get all of this gunk off. Yeah, this is way better. And make sure, now you can see it actually, there are these little spring-loaded balls in there, and they will jump. Ah! Yeah, I'll be on the floor for a minute to find the little steel ball I was warning you about. There it is. Now, little fucker. Okay. That was a close one. That could have gone way worse. Okay. Yep. You laugh at me. I deserve it. Okay, yeah, the one on this end, the other one that already fell out, it's in my little, I won't tilt it, you can't see it, but trust me, they're in there. And they will stay in there. Okay, let's check these before and after cleaning them. There's a lot of just dark stuff on there. Whoa. You can really tell. The right one is cleaned, the left one, not yet. Okay. So. Oh, all of this is pretty gunked up. Can you see the difference? One is black and one is silver. Ew. Yeah, this was quite overdue, I guess. And let's clean the other side. And all sides, basically. And put it in the box. Same here. Looking way better now. And the sides. And the top. Okay. Where was I? Cables. Okay, I need one section on the input and one on the output. I want the output section to be about this long because I have no idea where I will place the regulator, and a little shorter for the input side. Okay, and it's the same procedure as last year, as on this one. It's just ripping the two strands apart, stripping the insulation, on all four ends, twisting them, tinning them, and then soldering them in place. And then we are pretty much done with everything we can do now. And then it's hairdryer time. Okay, let's do the twisting. Okay, one done. Into the clamp, and the other one. The longer one goes on the output. Yeah. Oh, we can do the calibration and load. No, well, not a load test, but the calibration and testing with both USB-C and DC, because I have a power supply here somewhere. Yeah, over there. I prepared that, actually. Okay, let's get rid of all these little wire strippings. And go off to the bin. Okay, so the hot glue has pretty much hardened, and this is not going anywhere. And I can also just plug it in. Ah, this is so cool. Modding retro tech with USB-C ports is super fun. Everyone should do that at some point in their lives. If you don't know how to solder, learn it. Repairing stuff is so easy when you know how to solder. And it's worth it because you can repair a lot and don't need to throw it away then. Let's tin them all. That one looks bad. Come on, I can do it better. Perfect. Okay, number one is done. And off to the next one. Okay, I think they work better if they're not tilted upwards, because then the solder just collects at the bottom. Boop, and boop. So, let's get the DC to DC converter in again. And input is on the left. That means the output is on the right. Focus. Nice. So let's tin the pads. Wait, this was the input or output? I forgot. Output. Output, longer wire. Oh, and what side is, I believe that is positive. Yes. Because the black line on the capacitors usually marks the negative side. So, tin the pads. Positive goes to the right. Oh, you couldn't see anything what I just did. So let's try to do some left-handed soldering. That is super awkward. Okay. Nice. So that was the output. Next, let's just do the input. And same procedure. Focus. Tin the pads. And add the wires. So this time positive is on the left. I have a great talent to not show you what I'm doing. Maybe like this? Wait. Okay, can you see? Get in the hole. Okay. Boop. Okay, so let's verify. Positive red is always in the top. Output side is longer than the input side. Perfect. Let's snip off any excess that might be on the bottom. There isn't really anything. So I just have some microscopic metal shavings now that I should just vacuum away. Okay. And now I think we can actually assemble for the first time. So let's grab my trusty little Wago clamps and put one on each end. Okay, I think it's in there, but it's very... Wait, let's do it this way around. And okay, and the other end. I think I might have left not quite enough blank wire at the end. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it, but this metal clamping part just clamps down on the plastic, not on the actual exposed wire. That's why I was trying to do it from the bottom. Let's try if this works. Okay, so I will add the barrel jack to the outermost connector. Oh, trying to push it towards the wrong side. And the USB-C goes on this side. Ah, yeah, here it's great because I left a lot of wire, a lot of overhang. So these are super easy to just pop in. Okay, now we have this madness. Which is basically just two different power connectors into a voltage regulator. So let's start. Where are my multimeter clamps? Right here. And there. Okay. Now it's getting a little fiddly. Set this to measure volts. And then I can plug these on here. Put it like this. Then I have these little cute thingamajiggies. They have little wire arms. So connect 1 and 2. And now I can take these and clamp them onto the exposed wires over here. Oops. Yeah, they're not very good. Okay. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let's start with DC. Where is power supply? It's just I have a large bin full of random power supplies. And using a label maker, I made little labels for all of them, because it's all written down here. And on most of them you can read that fairly well, but some of them are really annoying to decipher, so I'll just make it easy. Okay, there are 12 volts on here. Plug it in. We have a red LED. 12 volts are coming out. We need 7.5. So let's put a screwdriver on the little potentiometer and turn. Nothing seems to be happening. Why? We should see it go down at some point. Maybe I need to twist more. It doesn't have a label in which direction I need to turn. Ah, here we go. Haha, got it. Okay, now we trim it down to 7.5. Oh. Yeah, it's very sensitive. I'm like turning it teeny tiny bit. A little bit more. And 7 point. Ah, come on. I can do it. 5. 7.5. Oh, it got it went back down. Great. So now we can remove this and it should go down to 0. And next I will plug my USB-C cable back in and we should see exactly the same output. Yeah. That was easy. I was super confused for a second because I looked at my iPad to check the chat in the stream and it said 0 volts and I thought I knocked something over. But the stream has a weird amount of delay today, so that's why. Okay, now I can untangle this mess. Unplug all of the wires from the Wago clamps. This also means, by the way, that I plugged everything in correctly and all the clamps made contact. There's a little fly. Okay. So yeah, this means we are pretty much good to go now. And I need to whack out the hairdryer to clean all the plastic parts. So we can check off DC converter and USB. Nice. Oh, I can fix the key first. Oh, try to. Okay, but first a short break. Soldering iron off. Break screen comes out. Microphone off. That might have come out wrong. I meant facecam goes away, not me crazy. Also true, but Hello, I am back. Okay, I have brought the keys with me, the black keys, so I can try to repair them, and I already wet my desk. Oh, and apparently this stream was broadcasted to two different streams at the same time, so sorry Tom, you were basically chatting with yourself, because I thought I've ended that stream because it started with the wrong title, but apparently I did not, and I had both running at the same time. So yeah, sorry for that. Now, this is the only stream running. Okay, I will need to dry the keys now, and then try to glue the broken one back on there. This might be a bad idea to try to fix these keys while there. I'm not sure if I can get all the water out. That's what I wanted to say. But I'll try. Worst case is I will need to let this dry overnight. And that means I can only connect the power. And because I think the bottom shell is pretty much dry. But as expected, the buttons take longer. But hairdryer. Let's try. I will mute myself because this will be loud. It's quite soothing actually. I'll leave my mic on. Yeah, but I'm not really getting the water out of here. Maybe I'll just need to dry them off manually better. Well, I guess for the gluing part, just this little bit needs to be dry. But I will have to absolutely dry those keys overnight. So sadly, we won't be finishing this project today. Because, well, I want everything to be properly dry. Okay. So the thing is, how do I mount this or glue this back onto here while still being flexible enough to push it? I think tape might actually be the only way to really do this. Or maybe some tape and then some super glue on the end of the tape so the tape stays in place. I have this very thin, very strong Captain tape. This one is too wide. This one should work. Let's test this. Acetone where? Oh, you mean to glue it? That's a very good call, because I bet this is ABS and I do have some acetone somewhere. I'm in the middle of reorganizing my whole workshop, but it's our lucky day. Acetone slurry. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have any spare ABS bits. So, but yeah, I have this chemically pure acetone. I don't think you're supposed to smell it, are you? Okay, I will get a little pot Yeah, I forgot, sorry. I didn't even think about this being probably ABS, because it always is. Is polypropylene resistant to ABS? Because I have this little pot, and this is PP. Will my acetone dissolve it or not? Wait, what is this bottle made of? Made from? PEHD. So this is something different. What else do we have? Something not labeled at all. Again, not labeled. Ah, here are some. So this is fine to use. Good call. Good call. So, yeah. So, oh, and if this doesn't work, I have some. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I have some Tamiya modeling glue. PP is fine. Yeah, I don't have glass, sadly. I used to have some Tamiya modeling cement, but not. Oh, it's in the card where it's supposed to be. So this little thingamajiggy here. Whoop. This is meant for. Oh, this is also just acetone and something else. Okay. I guess I'll try this then, because it has a cute little brush, so it's easier to apply than just dunking everything in this cup. Okay. Let's try it, I guess. Let's make sure you can see properly. Let's crank up the exposure a little bit. Let's make sure the important stuff is in focus. Okay. Ooh, I get the smell already. So this, what is better than? So this is better. Okay, perfect. Then I will use it. Okay, here goes nothing. I'll just whack a proper amount on there. And then put the key on. Okay, it's not sticking yet. I need to find a position where I can leave it. Just like this. Okay. So I'll just add a little bit more, just for good measure. And I will also add some to the key next to it, because this also has a little broken nubbins. So maybe that will fix it. Who knows? Give it a little twist. Let's not do that. All right. While this is drying, well, the drying, curing, hardening, whatever, I will get the top shell so I can put the wires in. Okay. Yeah, this has the same issues that the keys do, because the little holes for the keys are still wet. But in general, it is pretty dry, so I will just, I'll just put it on my lap and dry it here, so you can get me full screen plus the stream in the background. So hairdryer time. And yeah, I will leave the mic on again if the hairdryer, if the hairdryer is too loud. Let me know, I will mute myself, or you just turn your volume down. So. That's a very decent trick. I didn't know that. So this didn't turn white, it just snapped. So maybe it's ABS. It finally smells like you want to touch it and it doesn't stink. The grills are still wet. The felt strips did somewhat survive, but well, they did look pretty bad before. But yeah, it's not time to put all the buttons back in. But I can start doing... Oh, you lost me. Camera lost me. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. But I think it's time to start drilling the holes. I need a 20mm hole. Does this even fit up here? Barely. Okay, this needs to be precise. Yeah, well, I just have to hit the center. I will put this as far left as it can go. So probably like here. And then the barrel jack, wherever that is, goes right next to it, like this. Okay, so now comes this scary part. Because now we drill into this precious vintage keyboard. Okay. I will... Well, this is awkward, where... Well, let's just... Yeah, let's just do it like over here. So we have 26 millimeters. So we need to drill at 13. I'll just go down to 13 and make a little scratch mark, and we'll make this deeper with this, whatever that is. Hole punch, hole marker, don't know. So, okay. Let's see if this is enough. Is it even in focus? No. Okay. Come on. Okay. Let's see if this is enough so that my little step-up drill bit can get a grip. No, wrong way. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's get rid of the goop. Wow, this would be a big hole. Okay. Don't do this at home, kids. You might hurt yourself. Oh, wonderful. A floor full of plastic. Yeah, I'll just put it down on the floor and vacuum before I move my feet. Let's do a quick test if I measured correctly. So not to make the hole bigger than it needs to be. And we are not there yet. So look at, well, but is it really white or is it just so thin that it turns gray? I'm not sure. Well, it does look white when you check. It's too dark. It does look kinda white. So do you think this is styrene based then? But well, this stuff should work for styrene as well, doesn't it? I think I've glued polystyrene stuff using this before. Okay, let's get this over with. Wait, quick. All right, let's finish this. I think, but I think it's, hey, I think it's working. It's still super flimsy though, so I will leave it to properly harden. But I think this might have been actually a very good call. Thank you, Tom. And now let's finish the terrible, terrible, gruesome work. Okay, we are through, and my drill bit is stuck inside the keyboard. Here we go. Okay, vacuum cleaner time again. Okay, that was gruesome. But we are through. I think I'll just need a scalpel, knife to do the last bit of cleanup. And then we can put the first jack in place. Because these step-up drill bits tend to weaken the plastic, so it just widens and some of it stays behind instead of just cleanly drilling it out. Okay. So let's make sure it's flush. Okay. So now we have a fairly pretty little hole. And the USB-C cable should just fit in here. Very nice. Okay. So I'm not sure how tight I can make it with this little 3D printed. Yeah, sorry. Knife. Ooh, careful. Sorry. Okay. I will try to... Oh. Does... Okay. I will start the hot glue gun again. While this is heating up, I will explain the oopsie I made. Okay. Back with my little piece of tape. Okay, so let's switch. So this is the USB-C plug. As you can see, it has this outside perimeter which fits outside of the case. Yeah, hot glue is the fix for everything. And then you have the threads. And then there is the nut. The nut, however, is not the same diameter as the threads. No, it is... Come on, get on there. It is, in fact, even larger in diameter than the outer perimeter. So, the issue is, I don't have any room in here for the nut. So, hot glue it is. That was a genius move. What I can try though is, where are my snippers? Taking the nut and just trying to snip away like 2/5 or something. So I have this little ring I can snap on the back, so it's at least somewhat secured by not just hot glue. So. And I was thinking for quite some time, should I design my own little USB-C power delivery board holder, or do I just take this and jank it together? So I guess the answer is right there. Anyways, let's see if at least this little basically clamping trick works. Well, can I just... Yeah, that's... I can still somewhat screw it to align it. Yeah, I'll take it. Can I... It's still protruding a little bit on top. Why is that? I think I need to be extra careful with a knife once again, because there's the tiniest bit of overhang. And I want to make it flush, so at least it does look pretty from the outside, and only we know what's inside. Okay, yeah. So, attempt number 2. So, let's try this again. Just making sure it's straight and parallel to the back edge. Yep. Looks good. So one thing I want to check, because I'm a smart boy now, is, come on, taking the backboard, the backside, and just checking if it fits before I glue anything down. This is pretty cool, I gotta admit. So, come on. So, hot glue. Are you ready? Yes. So, cheers. Okay, so let this cure, and I'll grab a new hot glue stick. Ah, here they are. A little bit on from there. And just put it back in. Oop. Sweet. Okay, yeah, I'll just give it more glue. I will add a little bit more, but I want to wait for it to... Hello. You mean what it's used for or what part that is? It is a little power delivery trigger board. That's what they are called. And it will be used to power the keyboard instead of the DC input. Well, alongside the DC input. You guys. So you can power it through here. And I will add this nice little DC barrel jack next to it. Or does it fit in here? Not really, no. Yeah, it is just a... Wait, let me pick up one of those trigger boards so I can show you. Because it's already glued in place. USB. So it is one of these tiny boards. And this is just a 3D printed shell I found on Maker World printables, I don't know. And I have a few others I was testing, like this one, where you can just snap it in place. But it was still super jiggly, so this one would have needed glue as well, and some screws. And the other one was even worse. I'll just leave it in there. So yeah, that's the USB port. And I think it's a pretty nice holder, the big one I've printed here, but it's not meant for this exact part. It was just dumb luck that it fit. So yeah, let's do what out. Oh, no, not out, it's not, still a bit gloopy. Let's do what the crowd asked for. More hot glue. Just a little bit more. Because I want to feed some in the bottom here. Little bit more on that side. This is enough. Okay. Hello. And I think I will just try to move this glue over so I have more room for the barrel jack. Okay. Yeah. This works. So while this cures, I need to find the proper sized drill bit for the barrel jack calipers. And unplugging the hot glue gun. Okay, we have 11 millimeters roughly. Do I have an 11 millimeter drill bit? Because I don't think these step up bits go there. Let's dig into my random collection of drill bits. This one is too small, probably. That's 6. Okay, I do need a lot bigger drill bits. Maybe I will do this step up after all. I have a smaller one. 10 and 12. Yeah, I'll do that. Come on. So the old one comes out. And the smaller one goes in. Okay. Now I will... The hot glue gun fell over. It can go cool down on the floor. All right, so let's be a little smarter than last time and check how big the nuts are, because I'm pretty sure this one is bigger than the front as well. Yep. But yeah, that should fit. So I want to have both of those new jacks on one line. Really. Thank you for your advice. Okay, I wanna drill about there. I'm just eyeballing now. Okay. Okay, maybe not move it around that much yet, because I've already disturbed the USB-C port. Yeah, I will just let it cure a little longer so the hot glue can harden properly. I'm not even sure I have, well, I have 5mm drill bits, but yeah, exactly. So yeah, what do we do while we wait? I have an idea. I want to try to dry the button caps, because I have a little towel, and I just will place all of the keys in there. So I have a wet towel with a handful. It's a headbanger lager. I found that at Edeka today, and I thought I wanted to give it a try. It's okay. So, and now I'll just shake them. Maybe that will get the water out. Or make some nice scratches on the buttons. Who knows? Okay, let's take a different piece of the towel that's not as wet yet. It's dusty, the towel. Okay, let's see if that actually did anything. Here are the keys. And actually, I think that worked out perfectly. They all seem to be mostly dry, also from the inside. Super nice. I will put them in the bin and give them a little bit more air drying time. So maybe we can assemble this today, after all. Because the felt stuff and the speaker grill, I can just use the dryer on a little longer. The keyways are also pretty dry by now. So I guess the only other part I need to worry about are the white keys, and I think I can just... Well, I guess I guess the key fix worked, because I dropped it and it's still on. I won't play it yet. And I will just add a little more Tamiya cement to reinforce it. But I think this worked exceptionally well. I'll need to check if it just breaks with the next key press. But since they are not really glued but chemically bonded, it should be somewhat strong. Not as strong as the original probably. Oh, and I just noticed I will glue some more of those because some of the other keys are very close to just breaking off as well. Oh, and I just noticed I don't even need to put the keys on to test it because those you mount those from the outside. I can just finish up everything else and then add the keys tomorrow once everything is dry. Let's check. I think I need a little bit more. Yeah. This one needs some glue. Well, gloop. Let's call it gloop, not glue, because it's not technically glue. This one gets some. This gets some. Just need to make sure to not get anything on top of the keys because that will ruin the appearance. Because it just melts it. Okay. That's looking good. I need to do some research if this is actually a known hack in the vintage keyboard repair scene, because it's quite the hack actually. If it works for more than this, like actually playing it. There's a little bit of spill. Yeah, this is why you should not get this on top of the keys. Because it really just melts. It just melts the plastic, and you can. Yeah, if you try to wipe it away, you basically make it worse. Okay, what's the super glue, hot glue status? It's pretty solid. So, oh, that's the wrong timetable. Okay, let's make one more mess. And I have the hairdryer, but I want to drill first. So we will go in here. Oops, that was a little too fast, but don't worry, I got this. One last vacuum. Okay, so this is 10 millimeters now. I think that's not enough, but let's check. Maybe this works. Off it goes. And this, not quite. But instead of drilling. Do I really not have an 11mm drill? Most of my sets just go to 10. Yeah. Maybe. Because 12 is quite big and then it will be loose and wonky. I have some files somewhere. Down here. And like a half round. Yes. Come on. Subject is right here. Follow it. So, oh no, this is not the half round. This one is. And I will just try to make the hole ever so slightly wider. Let's check. Or I will just... Thank you. I'll just carve out a little bit. I think a lot of people will file complaints about what I'm doing here. A poor vintage keyboard thingy. Still not enough. More filing. Dude. Almost. Almost. It really wants to go in, but just needs a little bit more wiggling. I hate working with files. I love 3D printing because you just get... Sorry. That's perfect fit. Yeah, I could have put it closer to the USB-C port, but, well, it's here now. So let's screw it down. Washer first, and then the nut. And let's hope that this fits. Yes. Okay. Let's tighten it properly. Tighten it properly. I have, I think my largest wrench is just a tad too small. No, actually not. This one is too small, so it is the biggest one. Or not. No, it is too small. That's exactly my kind of joke. let's just properly, slowly. Am I turning the right way? Yes. And it's done. The new jacks are in place. I'm a little bit salty about the printed one because I royally messed that up, but there's nothing we can do about that. So, okay, let's put the keys somewhere safe. Safe. This is what I'm calling a safe place. Well, and then I think we can put everything back together now. So we are at assemble. I didn't think we would get that far. So let's do the home stretch now. I will look for the photos so everything goes in its right place. So first, the two spring-loaded so the one with two little slider pins goes on the left. Put in the nice. There's a little insect. Get lost. So where is the second? There it is. Safety third. Safety first. Well played, well played. Okay. So, in with the tiny metal ball. They sit in here like this. And then I can carefully... Okay, that was probably the most stressful bit. And now I'll just need to sort through these caps. So there are 3 yellow ones. They go in here and those 2. This turquoise one goes in here. 2 blue ones. These 2 slots. Okay, and now I have some beige ones and some dark gray ones and some even yet another tint of dark gray. Oh man. What I'm supposed to do with that now? I think... Yeah. Let me check. We have 1 key place, so I bet these 2 singular ones go over here because... Oh, they even... Haha! They do not. They don't. Because these have a slot on either side and the other ones don't. And I can actually tell from my photo that they are supposed to go in here. Okay, then we have the 4 tan ones. Yeah, but does my photo tell me where those go? I think they go in here. Demo clear auto. Ah, I have no idea. Let me check an actual photo of an assembled unit. Casio SK-1. So, no, I don't want to use the Google app. And the tan ones seem to be the bottom 4 on this side. Yeah. So the demo is a regular gray, and the bottom 4 are the tan ones. So this, and okay, so now the rest is all gray. And I'll just try to align them according to the photo. Not sure if that makes any difference, because the orientation doesn't make sense really. So the last one goes here, and the 3 slider caps go on in the last step. So next up are the little funny looking gummy things. So I didn't take a photo, but I think there's only one way these go. Oh, come on, guys. Right here. It's a little puzzle game. And I think I have a photo of this one. It goes like this. Okay, stay down. Okay, and then we have this last little one, which goes around this way. Oh, come on. How did you lose me? And the last one goes down on the keys. I think it's this way around, is it? Yes. Okay. So I need to prop up the keyboard a little bit so they all sit flush. And then we can put the PCBs back on. Let me grab some pens. Okay, so our screws and the screwdriver. And my PCBs. Okay, so let's start with the button PCB again. Oh, nope, not yet. Almost forgot the microphone. This needs to go in here, and it doesn't really fit because I removed the foam tape stuff, so I'll just add some new double-sided tape probably won't... maybe I should clean the microphone membrane off a little bit. It's fine. So let's wrap the foam tape around and see if this is enough. A little bit more. Just so it barely adds... It just... No, not hot glue. This needs to be removable. But I will just... I will add just enough friction so it stays in place. So, a little more. And in you go. Boop, perfect. Now we can put the PCB back on. Okay, let's just add... I'll just do all the screws real quick so we're done with that. I guess gaffer tape would also work, but this double-sided tape is just a lot thicker, so I don't need to go around like 100 times. Is this the right hole for the screw? Doesn't feel like it. This one is. Oh, some of them go in a little tighter. Oops. Okie dokie. Okay, I think I found a trick to make this easier. Let me verify it. So, turn the screw counterclockwise until you feel it click. Because those are originally, I guess, self-tapping screws. So you're basically carving a new screw hole, new screw grooves into the plastic. But if you turn it counterclockwise just enough, you basically make sure you go into the same threads as before. Threads is the word. Screws have threads. And then they go in smoothly. So. Okay, just a few more to go. What wood spruce does not have screws? Screws do. What would fix the board in place? Come on. Yeah, I really need to... Hot glue. Fuck off. Sorry, but no. I should have seen that one coming. Pretty much done. Just 3 more. 4 more. I forgot one. This was the worst one of all of those because this has the most buttons. And then we are pretty close to just soldering everything back up. Finishing the new power solution. And then we can test it. I hope everything works, because I'm not doing any bug fixing tonight. Oops. Yeah, just loose the pens. We are done now. So then we have the bottom PCB, which goes down here. Okay. Tomorrow is flea market again. I'm not going tomorrow, but I could, and maybe I will find another one. Even though I don't think you get lucky and find a decently conditioned SK-1 for 10 bucks more than once in your life. Unless you're actively searching on like eBay or something. By the way, let's take bets. I'll take bets on how many parts I forgot to put in, or if I manage to mess up the order somehow. Is that a special keyboard? It's quite a famous one, I guess, because it's the first keyboard which is actually sample-based and not with some random ass synth technique, FM, PCM, Rompler. So it's a sampler, and I think these go in good condition for around 150 euros, maybe? So finding one at all, points bet. No! I did a lot of streaming on Twitch years ago, but I've decided to not do that anymore. But I need to look into what kind of streaming actions are there on YouTube, if there's anything fun YouTube offers, except just being, well, can you do anything on YouTube Live except donations through the Supers feature if you have it unlocked? I don't know. YouTube is not meant for streaming. Yeah. Okay. I will just wait, something is, oh no! We got our next oopsie. Wait, let's get some light in there. There's a capacitor in the way. And it's exactly, oh man, can I jank that somehow? Yeah, I think I can make it work. Yeah, I just squeezed it to the side. Let's add some screws. Yeah, but does this number one chatter actually do anything? I've seen that. Tom, you are number one. I guess. Can you all see the numbers? Or is it just because I'm the boss? Exactly. I just pushed the capacitor to the side and I think it's fine. I'll check for shorts once I have all the screws back in. And I will just be ignoring any hot glue calls from now on. 2 more screws. And then I can put the speaker in and we can solder again. So I'll turn the iron on. I can see numbers. Okay, so then probably everyone can. It's just a global tier list. I can check top fans over here. Come on. Boop. Yeah, Tom is number 1. Nistada is number 2. And Schatzjäger is number 3. Cold glue. Okay. Maybe the wires are a little long. If you can't tell. Okay. So, oh no, I forgot something. Yep. Oh, I forgot a whole lot of stuff. These shield thingies. I will worry about that tomorrow. Since I'm not putting anything on, I'm not putting the case back together, and I'm not, yeah. I will add the speaker now, solder the wires. Hey Jan! And then we will do a little test. That's all we managed. I'll do the cram the wires and the voltage regulator in and fixing my oopsies. I was taking bets, you know? And I've managed to, yeah, four pieces I forgot about. The keys go in from the other side. So, from this side. So that's something at least. Okay, so let me check the wiring. I even took a photo of the metal plates so I know which color goes where. And yet I forgot. So let's solder on the microphone. We have, yeah, this is an easy one. Okay, microphone is back in place. And then it's just the speaker, I guess. Because the 2 little grounding pads are, yeah, I hope it works without them. I bet it does, but yeah. We will see in about 5 minutes. What are explicit audio gear pictures? Do I want to know? Okay. Output. So. Yeah, I don't have heat shrink that fits hot glue. Maybe, but I'll do that some other day. I just want to wire everything up so we have contact. Did I? Oh, here it is. So we can test it. So we have output. The ground wire goes here. And positive goes here. Okay. So let me do some cleanup before I put the power on. Oh, mixer without the plate. That would be a very funny marketing move, I guess. But probably will be banned because scam immediately. So many tools, all out the way. So, I think it's time for I think I said it before, but one last vacuum cleaner, because there's still so much plastic debris out here. Let's go. Okay. So let's get the Wago clipsies. I will just wire up USB for now because come on. I'll do it properly. So we have all the grounds hooked up. Oh man. Why did I invite you guys? Okay. Everything's hooked up. Let's double check so we don't blow anything up right away. Ground. One last close up for the day. So, ground goes to that one. That goes to the battery. And this is positive. Positive, these are on the output side. Then we have all three blacks connected on all three red wires. And I love it, but still. Okay, so let's try to not rip anything off. Let's wire this puppy up, shall we? Please no magic smoke. Yeah. So let's use USB-C. And oh, we have a red light. We have a red light. And we have a really ugly hum. But we have sound. Let's try the DC instead. Maybe this is, I bet you the hum is caused by USB, because it always is. And the wire's too short. We have a different kind of hum than before. Oh, I hate old audio gear. Red light, yeah. That is not correct. I I hate audio gear. I don't hate audio gear. I hate old ass audio gear that always hums and does shit like this. It's quite hard to play. Excuse me? I heard that. So it's somewhat working. It's making a very odd noise. I'll put you closer so maybe you can hear it. And it does some ghost triggering, apparently. The hum does change. Oh, grounding issues. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea what you could be talking about. Okay. It's playing random drum sounds out of nowhere. It's haunted now. Yeah, it does sound similar to the bleep sound, but it also makes random drum noises out of nowhere. Okay, so I have two theories. Did you? Beep. That's the noise. Oh, I'm done. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. I still call this a success. Let's try a different sample. I hate this noise so damn much. One theory I'm having is that maybe these regulators are not really ideal for this kind of use case. So, yeah, I think I'll try to wire up the batteries again. Maybe that fixes it. Maybe the grounding pads fix it, because I can do all the wiring last. I think I could just exchange it for a different kind of regulator. Maybe something a little bit more audio quality grade or audio grade quality. So let's do one last sample. What should I say? Give me something. Give me a phrase, a noise. You control the sampling now. I'll wait. The stream delay is way too high, so I'll just sit here and stare at you awkwardly while you type. And then I need to wait 20 seconds so I can read it. No, I'm not playing the Root Sandstorm because A, I don't know how to play it, and B, no keys, brother. Okay, come on. Hot glue is a pretty good call. I think I'll just do that. Hot glue. I think I even have a line cable I can plug you guys into so you can hear, but then I can't. Give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, I have brought some stuff. I have in my bag a ground loop isolator. No, I'm not embracing the hum. I hate hum. It's the worst thing ever. So adding the... Oh no, that's the line in. I need to go here. And now silence on my end. So I can play some notes to check the levels. And then I think, yeah, I can just plug in some, the worst thing ever. Yeah. Okay, so there is a headphone jack on the bottom of my speaker monitor. So I can now take my headphones. And now I should be able to hear myself. Yes, great. So I will now, yeah, let's hear it. Oh yeah, now you can embrace the hum. Double hum even. Yeah, it's very janky. And it's very interesting how the hum changes. It's very nice. Someone should sample this. Done? Okay. Let's just play out some other random sounds. How does it sound any different without the isolator? No, it's the same. It's still a very fun thing, even though, because this is exactly the same noise the second keyboard I'm trying to sell makes, and I don't know why. So maybe I can fix it someday. And let's just test again if the DC is actually worse than USB-C. I can sample from my phone in here, yes, but I don't have the dongle. Silence. That was a wild noise. And it sounds a little better, but again, that's a very nice sound. And now the noise is worse. It's very hard to play without any keys. Okay, let's do the human voice. A bit unnerving, if you ask me. But yeah, let's take this off and remove the headphones. It sounds super awkward because with headphones on, I should put keys on it. Yeah, the keys are still drying, they're still wet. Yes, and that was, my heart will go on. Any key button? Is there an any key button? No, there's not. There's a one key button. We can try that. I think I need to be in one of those modes. No, I have no idea what those do. Oh, I remember. Let me plug you back in. Oh no. Oh no. Hot glue. I can't even tell which notes I'm playing now. Yeah, I forgot how I played it. I've never played that song before. It was just, I was hitting some notes and I heard the song, so I kept playing, but I don't think I can find it again now. Okay, so. Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Aha. Okay, so, yeah, I think that was still somewhat of a success for today. It didn't make that noise before, that's a bad thing, so that may be caused by those. Who knows? I will keep going probably next week and we'll try to put those where they belong and at the grounding wires. Maybe that will fix enough, but I'm not sure if this is even conductive. Let's check that real quick. Real quick. Ooh. Because it's just cardboard, isn't it? It is. Okay. I'll take back everything I said. So yeah, I will put those back where they belong and try to fit all of this in here. I may have been a little too generous with the wires and maybe the Wago clamps are too big, so I will probably use one of my little PCB thingies in the end. And yeah, and hopefully that fixes the noise. If not, I will be sad because I don't know what to do then. Yeah, maybe I'll check the capacitors. I wanted to check. Oh, no, I don't want to check now because I just put it away. No, I didn't cause a short because I was pushing the capacitor out of the way. Maybe I created a short, but I didn't. So yeah, I will fit all this in, try some bug fixing, some troubleshooting, and hopefully in the end have a modern day Casio SK-1 with a working and noise-free USB-C port. If not, you can find this thing on eBay for like 20 bucks. So yeah, and also let me know on my Discord, in the chat, via the DM, whatever, what you thought of this very first little workshop stream. I've done one soldering stream 5 years maybe ago, where I soldered one of my very first Eurorack modules live on stream on Twitch back in the day. But I think it was a lot of fun. It's interesting to tinker and just talk all the time. So let me know if you have any feedback, if you enjoyed it, what you want to see next. If you have some Eurorack kits you don't like building, send them over. I'll build them for you on stream so you can watch while I professionally work on electronics. What was the last thing you heard? Tell me quickly before the thing dies again. Aha, okay. I won't go away now. Yeah, I'm using this little DJI mic receiver, and I've never used this for more than an hour or so in one go, and the battery died. So I'll need to power it from now on. Okay, the cable ripping out. What? Whatever. This will be a proper video in the end, with hopefully it all working and all. Okay. So yeah, if you have any Eurorack kits you don't like building, send them over. I build them on screen. And the SK-1 build, this whole stream will be edited down into one nice little fun video. And with hopefully some nice shots of the finished product with keys and no noise. But that's maybe 2 or 3 months in the future, because I only upload 1 to 2 videos a month, and this is not top of the list. So yeah, again, let me know any feedback you have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Oh, the next stream is already announced. It's like next week, the week after next week, 1st of June. Multigrain Eurorack live stream. See you then. Bye. No more hot glue.